Good morning, my friends. How are you today? I hope you are well and warm. Not too warm, not too cold, but just warm. My hands are frozen. I just went and washed my hands in cold water because I just couldn't wait the time for the water to warm up. So they're like ice blocks. They are so, cold. Right. Anyway, let's get on with today's video. So if you watched my Trashcraft Tuesday video this week, you would have seen this in my shopping haul. I just noticed something's been ripped out of there. Sorry, I'm going down a rabbit hole. I'll get back to what I'm saying. Yeah, it's missing a couple of pages actually, which is fine. I just didn't realize up front. And it's just the little bit left of the pages that are missing. It goes from 4 to 7, which is, well, it's missing one page. Anyway, I picked this up at the weekend at thrift shopping. So you may remember seeing this in my Trashcraft Tuesday video, and I thought these images are just like a really cute size for journal cards. So today I'm going to make some journal cards. Particularly today I'm making them for my Patreon mail tier because I like to send a little handmade card or journal card or tag or something along those lines that I then write a little message on the back of to each person. So I have currently got 3 mail tier members, which is super exciting, but there is room for more if you're interested at all. And there shall end the sales pitch. So I've got 3 members in the mail tier. 1 is currently in winter and 2 are in summer. So I thought this cute little winter image, it's a very summery one, isn't it? Having a picnic. Although I also like that. Let's just have a wee flick through. This is also could be summer. It's really sweet. All these wee girls. Oh, I don't know which one. I'm gonna cut it out, and I'm leaving the text intact in the book, so I'm not having floaties running around my desk. I might as well just leave them in the book. And there's these beautiful, cute little images as well as the text. So that can be either side. I'm not sure which side yet. So whoever gets this one, if I choose the wrong side, you would have preferred the other side. I apologize. I've just got to make a decision. All right, looking for another summery image. Oh, this one, the girl on the swing. I think, yep, it's really sweet. So, going to do 3. If we have any more time, then I can make some to have in my supplies, to put in my pre-made ephemera box. So, this is a good start. We're, haven't even had it a week, and I'm about to use some, so that's good. So, just trimming off those edges. And I think I'll back them before I cut them out, just to save a little step here and there. So to back them, I grabbed out some coffee dyed paper because I was thinking I would use coffee dyed paper. And then I was like, these are not vintage vibe. I still don't know which one to use, the girls or the grandma with the boy. It's got birds. This one's got birds, mushrooms and chicks. These two are fighting over a worm. That's funny. And she's sitting in a bamboo chair. Oh, I don't know. Make a decision. I think this is sweet. Like, this is lovely. But I just find this little vignette is very sweet. And there's kind of more little elements to look at. Yeah, so I'm going to go that side definitely, and then my winter one. What's on the other side? Cute little happy birthday scene, but I do prefer this winter one. Okay, so I discarded, well, I didn't discard, I decided against the coffee dyed paper. When I was visiting my mum at the weekend, she was getting rid of a big file folder from her Bible college days of all her notes. Well, some of them, not all of them by any stretch. And there was this book here, one of the manuals that she had, and it's got all this coloured paper, which is fun, and it's only got text on one side. So how about we use some coloured paper for a change? Now, what colour is the next question? I'm thinking maybe blue for this one. So I will use text from here as well, because it's a lot of it's either typewritten or slightly different fonts. It will, you know, bits like this will depend on what I'm putting it on, because the colour is definitely not vintage. And it's got bits of my mum's handwriting through it, but I've got lots and lots of pages in the file that she gave me of just my mum's just straight handwriting of hers. So I'm not worried about these little bits here and there. I can lose those. Just maybe this page. Doesn't really matter. I don't know why I'm being picky, but I'm just feeling this page. So that one for the winter will make a good backing. And also, it'll help cover over the image on the back. Not that it's super critical. Maybe green. We've got a lot of green, so green might be a good choice. Let's just not be picky about the page and just take one. So green for those two. Yep, just checking that it is single-sided. I'm just assuming that they're all single-sided. Right, so out comes the glue stick and the glue book, and I'll probably use tacky glue as well, because this is kind of cardstocky, this little children's book. Make sure I'm gluing on the right side that I want to glue down. And let's just make some cute, fun little journal cards. So, how's your week going, my friends? I had quite a bad night last night, which is unfortunate. I'd slept so well for a few nights, and then last night it turned custard. My head wouldn't shut off. It was just ugh. And hubby was too hot, so he was doing some very loud snoring, whichever way he lay, either side or on his back. He just snored, and while my head was going, it grated. The snoring grated on me, because I just wanted to be sleeping and nothing was letting me sleep. I did have a nice little visit with Kelly in the middle of the night, though. My darling girl, cat. I got up to the toilet about midnight, and she came running in the cat door and running into the room and wanted up for cuddles. So she had midnight cuddles, which was really sweet. And then when I came back through, she found the milk in the dish that her siblings had left, and so she sat there lapping it up, and so I had to stand there in the cold and wait for her to finish, because Snuggles was eyeing her up. And I thought, if I leave her, she's going to end up being chased. So I stood there until Kelly had finished drinking the milk, and then she had a few biscuits, and then she was ready to go back outside. I tried to get her through to the bedroom, but she just growled at Snuggles and went out. So, yeah, but it was nice. It's not very common for her to come in the middle of the night like that. So that was very precious. I didn't mind, and she helped keep me warm while she was in my arms. She certainly kept me warm for a few, well, I stayed a lot longer than what I needed to, but you know, how can you say no when one of your kids wants cuddles, even if it is the middle of the night? And then I just couldn't go back to sleep after that. It was just, yeah, not fun. I'm grappling with something in terms of the food bank, and issues come up and I'm not sure how to handle it. I need to talk with the person and feeling really, oh, I don't know, it's just tricky. I don't want to offend anyone, but I need to set some boundaries in place and explain a few things, I think, on how things need to and should be run. Because I think this particular person has a very skewed impression of how a food bank actually works. So I've got an uncomfortable conversation to have, and she's a really lovely lady. It's not the current manager. Let me just put that out there now. It's not anyone who's been involved in the food bank for a long time, and it's not a client. It's someone separate who just is of the impression that we can give out weekly food boxes to anyone, even if they haven't asked. It just does my head in. It's going to be tricky, and I've got to put my big girl pants on today and tackle this issue. And I thought about discussing it with the overseer of the food bank, but I really don't want to burden her with that. Oh, look at that. Evil. Bad luck. Yep. Well, bad luck. You're going in the trash. I'm not going to keep you. Right, let's cut out the ones I've actually glued on first, so the glue will be a little bit drier. Yeah, so tricky. And it's the part I don't like, that sort of potential confrontation. So I'm just hoping that she takes it well, that she understands what I'm saying, where I'm coming from, and why things have to operate a certain way, because there's reporting that has to be done. The food bank has to be accountable for the finances that it receives. And it shouldn't be relied on as somebody's food source, permanent food source. Like, that's not the purpose of it. It's for emergencies, people going through difficulties. And I get that in today's climate, that's probably pretty much every family are finding it really tough, because food is expensive, everything's expensive, and if it coincides with needing to get firewood or a more expensive power bill during winter, or school clothes for the kids, I don't know, whatever, life, that it puts pressure on. I get that, I really do, because we've felt that pressure as well. Not that we've got kids to clothe or feed, but we've got cats. But I totally understand it, but we just can't, like, prop everybody up all the time. We just can't. We're a small food bank. Anyway, I am ranting. I do apologise, my friends. I'm just, because I've spent half the night with it running around my brain, and now it's still occupying my brain, and I'm ranting at you. So, stop it. Go on to other things, because you don't all want to know what's been keeping me awake all night. You just don't want to know that, do you? It's like, let's keep it all happy and breezy and lovely where we can. Like these pretty images. Aren't they beautiful and bright and happy? Certainly put a smile on my face, and I hope they put a smile on the face of the recipients, with the little message that I'll write on the back of each. I may also do one each, or just cut out the images and include one for them to use, so they can make up their own journal card or whatever they like using the image. I like to do that as well. Often include a blank one so they can use it however they wish. Don't always do that, but right, that's 2 cut out. I think we're going to get these 3 done, because I don't envisage particularly, maybe this one could have something added, like a label or something. That one, oh, maybe I might add a label, I'm not sure. I hadn't sort of thought past backing these and cutting them out, because I think they're really cute as is. I don't think I'm going to ink them. Again, they're not vintage, and I don't think a bit of ink is going to make them look vintage, unless I like brush the whole thing with vintage photo, and then we're taking away from these cute images, I feel. So yeah, I didn't have any plans. This could be a short video. and I'm thinking, what else have I got to tell you? Off to the gym tonight. Normally we would have gone last night. I did talk about this in my video, I think, my last video that I recorded, and I was saying, you know, normally we would have gone tonight, but hubby's got his personal trainer session tomorrow, so we might as well just skip. So he came home and he was thinking of going to the gym and going the next night, which is tonight, as well. And I was like, I don't think so. And so he was like, oh yeah, by the time he's finished with his personal trainer, I would have done my, you know, my exercise, and I'll be ready to go home. So yeah, I didn't see the point in going 2 nights in a row. Not at this early stage. It's only our 2nd week. So if you go too hard and fast at the start, there's more chance you'll burn out and not, you know, complete your days. Right, so if I do a little label or something, what would I go with? I'm thinking my stamped words would be appropriate. Time. Is pink the right colour on any of them? I might cut it down because it's a little, it would be fine on this one. I've got plenty of space, but it would cover over a bird or her head or something on the other 2. Oh look, there's a wee snail. How cute. Kind of those images, the more you look, the more little details you see, which is super fun. So time, story could be, like, story could be nice on this one. Let's go story on this one because she's reading books. So I think that would be very appropriate. So story on that one. Family on this one because I think that's grandmother and grandson. So let's go family there. And this one, just looking at, so we've got gratitude or love, family time or story. I put gratitude on there once for last month, so I'm not thinking that. These are friends, which could be family. I don't think story for this. So we're left with time, family, or love. Love between friends, I think. We'll go for love. Friendship is love in a different form. It's a different form to like the love you have for a spouse or a child. Yeah. Or do I want one with lines on it? Just because the lines are blue and we've got a lot of blue, so I think the lines will actually work quite well. So we'll go with that one. So we've chosen our words to go on them. I might trim this a little bit closer to the border. So very simple project this, but might give you some ideas on how to use some of your pieces out of books that you might have, or calendars or anything of that sort where you've got beautiful little images, or, you know, it just kind of, and if the image is too big, just choose a section and cut it down. I'm not going to ink, no. No. I wanted to, but it's like, no, it's not the style of these. And it's quite different for me, isn't it? To do something that's really not at all vintage. So I'm avoiding the vintage photo. And I'm not layering with book text or anything, just straight on there. And then we've got that lovely blue paper to write on the back. Super cute. And then on these two we have the, oh, what about if I went like that? we're covering over a little planty bit there, but I think we can live without that. Let's do that. Oops, I managed to get glue gouged out on my little word here, which is a nuisance. See if I can scrape some of that off. The benefit of this type of image is that you can just wipe that glue off and it's not going to leave a mark. You can even use a wet wipe to get rid of it, which I actually might do. It's going to stand up to a lot more than the paper. But I'm still doing it carefully. You don't want to saturate the poor thing. Right, and story. No, we're going to cover over the chook's beak if we do it that way. I think this one needs to be cut down. Otherwise we're covering some really cool bits. Yeah, even up the border here. It's a bit uneven. I'm going to leave those top and bottom lines because they add an extra little element. Right in there. Cool. I wonder if there's any in that book where I feel they need more to actually make them. I don't know. Don't know if there's any there that I feel not as cute or not as useful. Let's have a wee look because I have done those 3. Wasn't that quick? And I love them. I think they are just super happy and bright and fun. And of course these 2 summer ones have the green background, and then our winter one. So let's bring back the book, because like we've only been going for 23-ish minutes. I'm just turning randomly to a point. That's so cute. I'm looking specifically for ones that I feel perhaps in entirety don't quite work for me. This one I'm not sure about because it's almost like she's saying, you know, stop, or, you know, no, got no time for you, because I can't read it. I don't have no idea. So all I've got to go by is the image, the facial expressions, the body language. Oh, this poor wee one's sick. So I definitely use this image over this one. Oh, this poor wee girl's crying because she broke a vase. There's a teacher with some children there. Just have a wee sip of my blackcurrant and apple drink. Oh, they're all adorable. Eating fruit. Oh, she doesn't, looks like she might not be well. It's so funny. Can you see that? The sun? Can you see what the sun's wearing? The sun has a moustache. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. That's so funny. Oh, that's just, yeah, so funny. Kids playing a game, being measured in height, or grandparents. That's very sweet. Oh, they're so, they're just adorable, guys. In hospital with, looks like it might be the grandmother in hospital. Science experiments. Oh, that would be a lovely summer one as well. Having a picnic in the park. Well, I'm not seeing really any that are crying out to be cut up any further. Although this one, what's on the other side? But that one's fine. So I could cut up that one, but Not so fussed on that one either. She's feeding him. He's got his mouth open. Well, I think she's feeding him. Not sure. And then there's a dentist one here, which would be good journaling one, you know, for those awful dentist visits too. So I don't really even want to lose that one. We're not getting very far here. Okay, yeah, no, I wouldn't want that one. When I actually look at what's going on, little brother is sitting on the potty and she's covering her nose. So you know what's happening on that potty. Yeah, no, we don't want that one. But this one's fine. So I don't know. I don't see any that I could really cut down. But I like all the surroundings. Does anyone actually have one of those water chillers in their home? Certainly not here in New Zealand. That's not in offices or like doctors' surgeries and all that type of place. You'll find those water chillers, but you don't find them in a home. I don't know of any homes that have one. So that's interesting. I like this one, the kids with the sweets. In the sand, playing in the sand pit with the hula hoops. That's really fun. Yeah, probably wouldn't use this one. The toilet there, she's brushing her teeth. And it's like, yeah. But this one, super cute. And then we've got some damaged pages, which are all medical. Kind of, they're wearing masks. Don't think I would use those. They're getting vaccinations there. Could probably almost lose those pages, but we'll just leave them there. This little boy's sick. So not happy images. I probably wouldn't use those. And I'm not a fan of that one either because of what's on the TV, which has given me an idea. So let's do something with this one. Because otherwise this video's over, like I haven't got anything else planned. And I don't think my brain is firing on all cylinders after such a poor sleep. But there you go, that's life. Right, so I don't like what's on this TV. There's a spider for one thing. This brown, he's happy, but I have no idea what he is. So what I'm going to do I want to cut it out? Yes, I do. I was just trying to think, how am I going to approach this? So I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to cut out the image on the TV screen. Oops, that's not straight. Let's just do it this way and do it with scissors. Might be safer. So we're going to put something else inside the TV screen. So we'll have to find an image that will work, that's about the right size for what the little girl's watching on TV. The TV's on an angle. We probably won't be able to match up the angle with an image, but that's all right. That would just be the purist in me, wanting to like find an image that would give the right perspective, but not going to happen. That would be a very hard task and time-consuming task to find something like that. Right, so we've cut out our TV aperture, our TV screen, and we can pop something in behind there. I'm just going to cut off this bit here as well. Right, now for an image to go inside the TV screen, what can we look for? can't be too big. I'm busy thinking, looking around me, looking for options. I do have this little Jeremy Fisher book in Dutch that I picked up. I think the images are going to be turtle. Too big. That's what I was on the verge of saying. Yep, we lose this reed there, which then doesn't make sense. Yeah, they're going to be... Oh, what about that one? That one actually works with the perspective as well. Yes, let's do that one. What's on the other side? What am I sacrificing? I'm sacrificing that one. I mean, that one actually wouldn't be too bad, but I think this one works better. Let's just do it. I got these books to use, so don't be precious, girl. As hard as it is, we are just going to go for it. Oops. That wouldn't work, putting the TV sideways. Okay, so we're going to go there. Just thinking, I don't really want to draw pencil. How am I going to do this? Just cutting it down a bit because I don't want all that excess under there. Just being careful I don't cut it too small, because then we'd have to start again, find a different image. Yeah, so she's watching Jeremy Fisher on TV, and I like that it's a totally different vibe. So it, you know, it's different. And there's our other Jeremy Fisher on the other side. So let's come in and put a bit of glue around the edges. So it's right where we want it. Oops, I didn't leave much on that edge, which is fine. It's enough for what we need. So I'll look at those scraps later and see if there's anything I can salvage out of the image that was on the back of this one. Okay, I'm liking that. Let's back it. Shall we go with coloured paper again? Or coffee dyed. Well, let's go blue, because I've got a bigger piece of blue here. Yep, we could get a couple more out of this piece. Oh, that's right. Remember, I've got that bit of paper stuck on the back now, and not gudge my glue stick with the edges of it, because that's thick book page as well. Just making sure I get enough glue stick around it. And some tacky glue to top it off. It's quite handy having the image on the reverse side, because it's showing me where to glue. It's like I know if I glue around the inside of this, then it's right for the other side. Put some on top of TV image there. Oops, that was close. Almost tipped over my drink. That would have been messy. I think it would stain, being that, you know, that colour. It might stain. As well as, like, make a complete mess, because that's a large cup. It's very tasty though. They when we first started buying this drink, I found it and saw that it was no added sugar. So I thought, oh, that's good. We can use that. And I bought a bottle for $5, I think it was, $4.99. And then I bought another bottle the following week. We weren't out of it, but I bought another bottle. And then they had it on special for $3.99, I think. So they'd taken $1 off, and so I bought a couple of bottles. It's like, oh, cool, I'll stock up while it's on sale. And then a couple of weeks later, they actually put it on to reduce to clear to $2.49. So half its original price. And so every time I go grocery shopping, I buy another couple of bottles because I've never seen it anywhere else. It's imported, an imported product. And so it's like, while it's there, I'm stocking up. So we've got probably maybe 8 bottles in our stash. Just bought 2 at a time. Quite funny. So we have got a little bit of a lump there from that image that we put on, but you know, it's just in that area and you could still write easily enough over that. Do we want to add a word on that as well? I don't know if the pink's right. I mean, there is some little bits of pink, but I don't, just not vibing the pink on that one for some reason. What else could we use? Fossicking here. No. Inspiration. Maybe. Not sure that it's right. Got, oh, what about that? Moments. And it brings in the blue from the TV. Balances that out. I like that. That works for me. Okay. I'm just going to tacky glue it because I've popped my little storybook on top of my glue book. So just grab out tacky glue and get it done. Moments. Oops, bit of glue seepage there. So I've got a little streak. I managed to smear it. So let's grab that wet wipe. Give it a wee clean. Here we go. When it dries, there'll be no more glue streak. Ah, that's adorable. I'm really happy with that. So there's another little idea for you of using something like a TV or a window or something and then popping a new image in behind. Right, how are we going on time? We still have some time, but I'm not sure if there's anything else here I particularly want to kind of show you that's different or new. Maybe we'll do this one. Whoops, I was about to tear it out. Let's not tear it out. Let's just tear this bit out. Right, so choosing, we've got this boy in the bath with the little dog, which is quite cute, or we have this mum and dad at the dinner table and little boy washing their hands in the bathroom to have dinner, which I'm thinking, I think I prefer this part of it rather than the bathroom. And I think this is very cute, but I want to do with this one because I've got an idea for it, which is different to what we've done so far today. Okay, so what I'm going to do is back it first. So we'll go blue again, just because. And I'm going to cover it over so I don't overthink this and be tempted to try and save the back of it, or part of it, because it is cute. I am using the 2 glue method because this is cardstock and I don't want that backing paper to peel up. So I want a good adhesion between the two around all the edges particularly. And it's also nice to be, you know, already using some of this paper that I got from my mum at the weekend. It's like, what are you going to do with it? She was asking me. It's like, well, I can cut this up, I can use this. And she was like, would you use this? Like, she was going through the folders, like, what about this, what about this? And I says, just give me anything you don't want and I can sort through it and discard what's not useful, because most of it actually is useful for me, and the odd bit that isn't, well, I can just use that to light the fire with or something. Right, so trim this out. I promise I will be doing something different with this one. Whoops, I think I did not cut that straight, but that's okay. I think it's got a little kind of curve in it. Okay, around the last corner. Just get rid of the scraps. Tearing them down a bit so they fit in my little yogurt rubbish bottle. Okay, so I want to retain this little vignette here with the mum and dad at the dinner table. Quite a romantic scene with the roses, and I think that's really lovely. This I'm going to cover over. So what would I like to cover it over with? I'm thinking, what would book page look like? Would recipe book? Why not? I'm going to tear it down a bit, I think. About there. There's that leggy bit because it's just annoying. And maybe a little bit of that, because we've got the wall on this side, on the bathroom side, we've got a bit of wall here, so I'm just going to leave a bit of the wall here as well. Okay, now I'm thinking, which way do I want to attack this? Maybe about there. So I'm going to come in and put some glue stick in there. Right, so now it's not going to move on me, and I can come in with my tacky glue around the edges, and then I can trim it off. Here we go. Oops, oh my gosh, I did it again, guys. That cup is just, I don't normally do that. Whoops, it's not straight. Never mind, it'll be fine. That cup, second time, this time was worse. It was, if it had been any fuller, I'd be wearing it. Don't know what's up with me today, guys. Maybe it's just that lack of sleep. Making me clumsy. Careless. Maybe, well, both clumsy and careless. Right, I might keep that as a stamping strip. That can go back in my scraps. Yep, totally not straight. I would have preferred it a bit straighter, but it's okay because it's not staying just like that. We're going to layer that up, so most of it's going to be covered with some writing paper. And this time, I think I will go the coffee dyed, because this is, you know, older paper. So I think if I tear along that line, this time I'm going to be careful of my ruler hitting my cup and keep my hands out the way of the cup. Right, that's more than plenty, so we'll just tear it off there. More than plenty, what does that even mean? Do we want this more coloured side? Or this, you know, I didn't tear that straight. That's okay. We want to take it down a little bit in size. It's a little bit big. It's got a mark there where I hung it on the coat hanger to dry. Sometimes if I take them up too soon and they're wet, you know, just a bit damp, I hang them on the coat hanger to finish drying. But the coat hanger leaves a mark. I mean, it's only a little dent. It's nothing major, but it's noticeable. Do I want the red lines? Don't think it matters. They can be quite cute. Okay. Some glue stick on that. This glue stick's getting a bit goopy, and I haven't had it open very long. I think it's an older one. Must have slipped to the bottom of my container or something and got, you know, newer ones used first. Because glue sticks don't keep forever. Did you know this? I found out by accident. They do not keep forever. They tend to go yucky. Okay, so we've got a little writing space there. Now it's quite a juxtaposition, isn't it, between the bright and happy bold colours, and then we've got this very vintage vibe happening. So I want to bring that together. I think a word across here would be really good, but I also think I'm going to add some Posca pen, just to kind of, I don't know, meld everything together. And I'm thinking what colour to go for. Maybe dark blue. Yeah, dark blue, I think. Oh, there we go. It's like the ball isn't shaking. So I need to give this a good old shake so it works well for me. So please excuse me for a moment while I just get my exercise here at the crafting desk. Shake it with the other hand, shake it with this hand, shake it with that hand, give a wee swivel in my chair because, you know, that makes everything more fun. Yep, crazy. I'm crazy. Okay, now I don't have a lot of room around their heads. Their heads are right at the top. I'm just doing a decorative little border. Of course, it will react differently on the different types of paper. And it's going to take a bit to dry on this slippery, shiny surface. So I've got to be careful I don't smudge that. Now, do I do across their heads? I guess it's an open enough pattern that it won't matter if I draw across there, here. Yeah, that's okay. I'm happy with that. So we're kind of working to combine the two. And to further bring those together, I want a word or a label across here. Maybe a longer sentiment, maybe. What about love warms every nest? That's kind of sums up that image for me. The parents having a little romantic dinner there. Well, that's my story in my head. It's not what was happening in the picture, was it? And this is not stamped straight, so I'll just stamp. I will not stamp it. I will cut it to straighten it up a bit. And then maybe put it more across this side to bring this neutral across. I mean, I could even like totally put it over here. What do I prefer? There or there? I'm being very careful because that Posca pen is still wet. I think I like it all the way across actually. To me, it still brings the two together, perhaps even more so. Right, oh, I think that page has done its dash for stickiness. Change it out. And the stamped is stamped in blue, so that ties in with our little border that we added. So let's centre that in across the colourful bit. Just being super careful, painfully careful. There. It is drying. There's just like a spot on each one that I can see that's still wet, but it shouldn't be too much longer. So there we go. We have that as an idea. If you've got something that's great, but you're not so fussed on an area, you can cover it up, or you can cut it out and add something new in. So there's a couple of options. And then we have the 3 just relatively straightforward journal cards, just with a word added and backed with paper, that I've made today for the Patreon mail tier. Aren't they cute? Adorable. I hope you guys love them as much as I do, because I think they are so cute. Right, so that's it for today, guys. We may be a little bit short, but that's okay. Actually, we've filled the time quite well, and I've still got lots of this book to utilise. I'm just going to leave you with this image, which just totally cracks me up. The sun with a moustache. That has to be the gem of the day, doesn't it? Just so funny. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is making ephemera with the masterboard that we made last week. So if you've made your masterboard and you're ready to go, hop along and watch the video. But even if you haven't made the masterboard that we made in the challenge, you can still make it. There's time. Or you can just use what we're going to make, and you can make it with whatever you like, whether it's a masterboard or scrapbook paper or whatever. So do come along and join me for that. It should be fun. Take care, my friends, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.